Hey everyone, it's Amber DeLoof, Triple Diamond Executive with It Works Global. It's a late night and I'm in my office and I thought now is a good time as any to tell my story and tell you why I'm no longer in the romance industry business. It's funny that I've been out of that business for about 18 months and I still get messages from clients asking me for parties, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's pretty awesome that you guys loved me that much and still want to have parties with me. And it's also awesome that you guys think it's such a shame that I'm no longer in that business. However, don't feel sorry for me. I'm doing just fine, I assure you. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. So I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got here and why I chose It Works and why I left a business that I had been in for 4 years. So when I was introduced to the wrap, I had no intentions of joining this company. I had lost 85 pounds from Jace, and I had extra skin. And I had this girl on my Facebook page, hi Stacy, and she kept posting all of these before and after pictures, and it wore me down. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so annoying with those pictures. Oh God, I gotta try one of those wraps. And so I messaged her and I said, hey, I want to try one of those wraps. What's the catch? And she's like, there's no catch. You can try one for $25 or 4 for $59. I didn't ask questions. I was like, I'll take 4 for $59, please. I took 4 for $59, became a loyal customer, got my wraps. Nothing happened the first 3 wraps. I saw no results. I was a skeptic, so I wasn't really surprised that it didn't work. So I dropped her a message and I said, hey, those wraps you sold me, they didn't work. And she's like, what do you mean they didn't work? Of course they work. And I was like, nope, they didn't work. And she goes, well, did you drink water? And I said, no. Was I supposed to drink water? And she said, yeah, if you want the wrap to work, you need to drink some water. She said, did you wrap with saran wrap? And I said, no, I wore a really tight tank top. Doesn't that count? And she goes, no, it doesn't. And she said, did you take before and after pictures? And I said, shh, I don't want to see my belly. And she went, well, then how do you know it didn't work? And I thought, I don't know. I guess I was that person that we all dread. I had super unrealistic expectations. I was pretty sure I was going to put it on and my pouch was just going to disappear. And that didn't happen. And it reconfirmed my skepticism. And I was a skeptic because at the time I was a half marathoner. I was eating clean. I was one of those people who was like, oh, if you want to lose weight and you want to tone and tighten, you go to the gym. And then what I was learning is the gym does not tighten skin that your child has stretched out. So I had that conversation with her and she said, Amber, I can tell you're still discouraged. I'd like to come wrap you. And I thought, you're crazy. You don't know Stacy. Stacy lives in Michigan, and at the time I lived in West Virginia. And she goes, oh, I'm crazy and I'm coming, so let's pick a date. So we picked a date around 2 weeks from that time, and I thought, I'll have a party. Like, I'll see if I can get some people to show up, make it worth her drive, which was 8 hours, by the way. And I posted one thing on Facebook, and it literally said something like, who wants to try one of those wraps that tones and tightens in 45 minutes? And I had 30 plus responses in 10 minutes. People were super excited, so I set up an event. I had 28 people confirmed saying they were coming. I've never had 28 people ever show up at my house. I've had every party under the sun, you know, Pure Romance, Scentsy, 31, you name the party, I've had the party. The same 5 people always show up. My mom, my best friend, and my 3 sisters every single time. My mom called that morning. She's like, I am not coming. I am sick. My other sister said she couldn't make it. My best friend said, you know, she didn't have the money, whatever. No one was coming. I was pretty sure. She drove 8 hours for me. However, we set up 2 events. We separated them time, space, so that, you know, we could fit everyone in. And 26 out of the 28 people showed up at my townhouse that night. There were so many people that I was physically wrapping people to help keep up. What I saw that night was 25 out of 26 people saw results. And there were people who wanted to book parties and people wanted to sign up. And I was watching, and I remember vividly telling Stacy before she came, like, I'm making really good money with Pure Romance right now, and I don't want to join your team. I don't want to sell that crazy wrap thing. Like, that is not where my passion is. And I'm going to be honest here with you guys and take that for what it's worth. But at the time, I was making about $6,000 a month with Pure Romance, and we have a lot of debt, and we are living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, you see these checks and you think, gosh, Amber's making a lot of money. And I was making a lot of money, but it was going right out the door as soon as it was coming in. We were paying stuff off. We were trying to get ahead, and I needed extra money. And I remember telling Stacy, like, don't bring your stuff. I'm not signing. And then I saw my friends have these amazing results and love the products. And after everyone left, I looked at Stacy and Jason, and I said, well, actually I looked at Jason. Hey, Jason. And I said, how much money do you make? And if you know Jason, Jason was like, oh, I don't do it for the money. We like to help people. And I was like, oh, that's cute. No, really, how much money do you make? I'm that person I need to know. And Stacy said, you know, I think we're going to have to tell her, and hopefully they don't yell at me for cluing everyone in on this. But Jason said, well, we clear $10,000 a month. And I thought, psh, if they could make $10,000 a month, I could make $10,000 a month. I'm pretty driven. I could sell this crazy wrap thing. At the time, there was not a rule about selling for another company. However, we started the business with my husband. He was the original distributor in the business. And not long after that, actually about 5 months after that, the romance company that I was with changed its rules, and you couldn't be any higher than a certain level. And at the time, I was the highest level in the company. Like, I could literally not go any higher in the company. And they made me essentially make a decision, and it wasn't a decision that I didn't necessarily feel forced into, but I knew I didn't have a choice, if that makes sense. So when I was faced with a decision, I took a long, hard look at what I was doing with my life. And I loved the romance company that I was with, and I loved my team. And to this day, my team is still my biggest regret. And I loved my clients, and I didn't want to leave the industry yet. I wasn't ready for that. But what I did know is that after one event with It Works, I knew I was home. I remember looking at my team member and saying, if I ever have to make a decision, I know where I'm going. And I came home and I told my husband the same thing, that, that something changed in me at that event. And I knew that everything I had dealt with, from switching companies and losing friends when we switched from one romance company to the other, and some of the horrible things that were said to me, it wore on me. But I knew that, like, everything I had dealt with and all of the friends I had lost led me here, led me to It Works. I could feel that, and I knew, and I could feel it deep in my soul, that I was going to change lives in this company. I was going to help people get healthy, and I was going to help people get financially stable. And I couldn't shake the feeling that, that this is where I was meant to be. And, so I did one of the hardest things I've had to do in business. And I accepted a demotion, and I lost my team. They rolled up to my sponsors, and I finished the parties that were on my book. And, you know, some of you might hear that, you know, I was making $6,000 a month. What was I thinking? Why would I leave that company? I was also working 14 to 18 parties a month. As top level in that company, I had to do $3,000 a month in sales, of my own personal sales, which meant that I was always going to be working. And something that Stacy said to me that someone had told her is that, what if you're in a car accident tomorrow? What happens to that check you get from the romance company? From the romance company. And I thought, if I don't do $3,000 in sales, I don't get that check. And that really struck me pretty hard, because with It Works, we have to run a minimum of an $80 auto ship every month, and that's it. So when I had my baby, Miss Everly, I didn't have to work for 3 months. I still got my checks, and all I had to do was run my auto ship, and it was products that we were already using, so it wasn't any extra added expense. And that really hit hard to me, because when I was in the original romance company that I joined in 2009, when I had Jace, we were making good money, and I couldn't hit my minimums to get my team checks. And to this day, I don't think Steve knows how much stuff I had to sell just for us to get by. And I'm not talking about romance stuff. I'm talking about all of Jace's clothes, our golf clubs. I mean, anything that we hadn't used, it would just disappear because I was selling it, because we weren't going to make our bills. We had to borrow money from my parents, and I knew that I never wanted to be in that position again. And I knew that It Works allowed me to never be in that position again. And so when the time came to make a choice, if I was going to stay in the romance industry or if I was going to move forward with It Works, I had to really dig deep, and I had to know that I had only been with It Works for 5 months, and I was already making enough money that I knew I would be able to quadruple it in a month or two. Like, I had that much faith in my team and in myself and in my clients that it became a no-brainer. The decision weighed heavy on my heart, and I struggled more so with the fact that I had built a team and I had to walk away from that team. And it's been over a year, and that still sucks. And not because of the money, but because those girls were family, and it's hard to walk away from family and trust that someone else will take care of them. So let's move on from that. So I took a demotion and worked really hard with It Works, and put all of my focus into it, and was eventually terminated from a romance company, and never looked back. I mean, I think people, when they message me to ask me for parties, are like, "Oh, that's such a shame. You were so good at it." And I always tell them, "Yeah, I was good at it, and I'm better at this." When you have a passion for changing lives and you have a passion for helping others, you're unstoppable. And, and I tell people all the time, like, if they come to me and they don't believe in the products and they don't believe in our mission, I don't want you. I don't want you on our team. I don't want you to force it. Go find a company that you're passionate about. Find a company that those products are going to change lives, or they're going to change your life, or you're so passionate that you can't fail. And I think that's really important. You have to be so passionate that you just can't fail. And make sure you pick a comp plan that works for you. Party plans, you're going to keep working parties. That's why they're a party plan. You're never going to retire because you're always going to have to work parties. Network marketing is a little bit different, but know that you have to be passionate. And to this day, I still have people ask me if I have any regrets, like if I could do it differently, would I? Not a chance in hell. Every single time that I go to an event, I'm reminded of my decision. I'm reminded of why I'm here. I'm reminded that this is home. This is my forever home. This is home. Every time I go to an event, I come out a different person. Every time I talk to my team, I'm a different person. It Works has not only led me to a place where, we're finally 12 months away from being debt free, aside from the cars in the house. It's made me reevaluate my relationship with God. And you don't have to be a religious person to get or understand this. But stuff happens in your life and in my life that, you may not have a clue about. Like, you may not know what I deal with, and you may not see those moments where I lose all my faith or I just don't have any at all. And It Works has changed that for me. And I felt the shift. I feel the shift every single time. And I think it's important you know that at every national event, on the first night, and Stacy always laughs at this, they always have an optional session. And the optional session is always a non-denominational service. And they always give you a 15-minute break before it starts, and I can never get out of that room fast enough. And I don't come back. And it has happened for the past 2 years. I run. And this year, Green Carpet event was not a national event, so they didn't have the optional non-denominational service, but it was Good Friday, and Kyler Pentecost, and if you're in this company, you know who he is, got up there, and he talked so passionately about God and our purpose, and he cried on stage, and you could feel the passion just pouring out of him, and I thought, I'm missing out. Like, it took me this long to figure out that I'm missing out, and so, I mean, the money is good, and changing lives is awesome, but It Works gave me back something that I didn't think I'd ever find again. I didn't think I'd find my faith. I didn't think that I would put all of my trust in God. Like, every time that someone talks about praying for their next promotion or praying that they can change more lives, I'm the person who's like, why don't you just work for it? Because I've always been the person who never wants to put someone else in control, and this company has taught me that it's okay to not be in control, and it's okay to, to embrace your faith, and, you don't have to understand that, and you don't have to agree with that, and you can be sitting there like me, running every time they offer it, and that's okay too, because there's not a single person in this company who makes you feel bad about that. You don't get judged in this company. We're family. We're one team, one mission to its truest form. I can message an Ambassador Diamond who I'm not even remotely under, and she'll answer me, because she believes in our mission, and our mission is to help people, and it's to change lives. And I've never been in a company where everyone works in such a united front for the same purpose. And, I think that reminds me too that I'm in the right place. So I just realized that I've babbled on for 17 minutes. So, I'm going to wrap this up, but I just wanted you guys to know that, like, when you see me peddling these crazy rap things, and you don't understand my journey because you saw what I did with, Pure Romance, and I can't believe I said it again, the romance company and Slumber and whatever. You saw what I did. You knew the money I was making. You knew I had fun. I did. I loved my time in the romance industry, and I think it's really important, that I don't regret the romance industry. I don't even hold any hard feelings at this point about how everything went down in the romance industry. I'm thankful for every bit of it, because it's molded me into the person that I am. It's taught me to be the leader that I strive every day to be, and that ultimately led me here to where I'm meant to be, and I can't regret something like that. So I just thought that, now that I've just crossed my 2-year anniversary with It Works, that I thought I would share with you how I got started in the business, and why I'm still here. And when you see me posting passionate stuff and I'm blowing up your news feed and you're so annoyed, there's a reason that I'm doing it. I've never been so passionate about a company and about a product and about my need to help others. And if you're sitting there and you see all my stuff and you wonder, is it all it's cracked up to be? I'm hoping that you can watch this video and know that I'm not blowing smoke. I'm blessed to be here, and I'm blessed to be a part of this. And I hope that, if nothing else, you get that out of this long-winded video. So until next time, thanks for watching.